Hey, Joshy.
Hello.
What you doing?
Sitting here talking to you while you're pointing a camera at me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of smiling.
Yep.
How come?
Because I'm back with my beautiful wifey.
You're so full of shit.
No, it's true. I can't believe you'd say that. And you just blew it because that makes it explicit. You can't do that.
It doesn't make it explicit.
Well, you just said explicit content.
Whatever.
You blew it.
Does that really mean you can't play it?
No, it just means they give us an explicit rating.
For saying that?
Yep.
Well, honey, I don't know. Okay, let's start this again. Take 2. Because Leslie can't control her language, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello. It's Josh.
And Leslie. This is Leslie.
JNLadventures.com. The world is our playground.
Yay!
So what are we doing today, Leslie?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Well, right now I'm sitting here talking to you.
Hey, shiny, happy people. It is Wednesday,
Yep.
October 30th, the day before Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going as for Halloween, Josh?
Myself?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty scary.
Hey! Well, it'll be even scarier. We go as a couple. You'll complete the ensemble.
No.
Trick or
There will
treat.
be no dressing up here. Ooh!
Oh, good job.
I just spilled a drink on him.
And I don't have the shop vac with me. Sorry, that review's already been done. Check previous videos for that review.
Oh, we're just out playing around.
Yep.
We had a light day. We only had, well, I shouldn't say we only had. We had one client.
Mm-hmm.
But we have clients tomorrow and Friday.
Yep.
But so today we actually went to Little Rock, and what did you get to check out?
I got to try out the new AirPods Pro, AirPod Pros, whatever, however they say it. And for anyone who tried the original AirPods and didn't like them because they didn't fit in your ears quite right, I recommend you check out the Pros because they have the silicone tips on them, so they fit in your ears so much better, and they have the noise cancellation now. They're so nice. I will warn you though, that when you first put them on and you're not used to it, they're a little disorienting because, it feels like your ears are closing up because when you first put them on, they're inactive, but then once they detect that they're in your ear, they turn on, and so it almost feels like your ears closing up.
Isn't that kind of cool?
It's definitely cool. And then they actually have another mode. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Transparency is what it's called. And basically it uses the external microphones to make it sound like the AirPods aren't even in your ears. It actually enhances the sound around you just a little bit. So it enhances voices and things like that. So
if people are debating on whether or not to get the AirPods, what would you say?
I would say it's a definite buy, and I will be hopefully getting mine here soon. Review coming shortly. Actually, I kind of just did a review, but anyway, I'll do a more detailed review once I get them.
And you notice how he looks at me? Yeah, it is.
I keep telling her it should be a business expense, but hey, what do I know? I'm not the financial advisor.
Oh, y'all. Christmas.
Yep.
I can't even imagine having kids. Don't anybody tell him that it changes when you have kids, because he's not changing.
Hey.
I'm talking about surprisey changing.
Yes, I know.
I'm just increasing my income is what it is.
Yeah, well, hey, we work together. We increase our income.
Okay, our income.
You make it sound like I don't do nothing. And silence just keeps rolling. Well,
you do a lot.
That's right. Thank you.
All right. Anyway.
Got a couple of product reviews coming up here soon. Got some pack out cases. Basically, I'm going to do a general review of the system And then I'll review each case individually, because there's a lot to go over with those. So
And these are pretty neat cases.
they are. I really like them.
If you're looking for gifts for your hubby.
Especially...
or your partner.
Or your partner, yeah. Or, basically...
A friend, a dad, a parent. Oh, well, women too. Anybody, never mind.
Any and or. I won't go into details here because I'll do the review here in a little bit. But let's just say they're really cool cases. So, and you've already seen a couple of them, but I'll give you more detailed reviews coming up here soon.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry for my... What?
Little tangent there.
Well, I want to be correct. I mean, I just don't... I'm not a labels person.
We are all inclusive here.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely. I just don't think about it all the time, like in how I'm saying things.
Just say everybody and it's covered.
Okay.
Unless you're discorporated, I don't know, but
Discorporated?
Yeah, like a ghost.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, discorporated.
Well, I learned a new word.
Well, that's one word. That's one meaning of that phrase, but anyway.
We'll have to check it out and see if that's true.
It comes from Pet Sematary by Stephen King.
Ah.
He near the end of the book he uses it. So.
All right.
It's Halloween. That's a good book to read. So there you go.
We just Josh just left Home Depot,
and
we are going to go to the Dollar Tree because I'm going to look for some Thanksgiving and Christmas stuff.
Yep.
I'm excited about that. So we'll show you what we get. All right.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oops.
Cover the lens with your thumb. Good job.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry.
Hey, as promised, got another review for you. The audio may sound a little different this time. I'm not using the microphone that I used before. Kind of had some audio editing troubles with it, so we're going to try without this time and see how it goes. But today, I'm showing off one of my new toys. It's a, I think it's pronounced Cirkul, Cirkul, or Cirkul, I don't know. But anyway, just depends on how you want to pronounce it. But the cool thing about this, well, let me take this off, because this is how the starter kit comes that you get. You get the bottle, you get the cap, and then you get 2 of these cartridges. Now the cool thing about the cartridges is you can get different flavors. They call them sips. And in each one you can get 5, or I think they say average 5 of refills of this bottle. So what I have in here right now is a lemonade. And one of the other cartridges that I really like is called is a strawberry kiwi, and it is really good. I can go through one of those cartridges in a day. It's that good. But the thing about these is you get the bottle, the cap, and 2 of the cartridges for $5 to start with. And then their basic subscription service is like $22 a month. And you get 8 cartridges. You get, they sell them in packs of 4, and you pick 2 different flavors. And I mean, they have a ton of different flavors. I'll put a link to the promotion where you can get the bottle and the and the cartridges, the 2 cartridges for the $5 deal. I'll put a link to that in the description.
And no, you're not getting anything from it.
No, I am. Thank you, Leslie. I'm not there. I'm not getting anything by sharing this link with you. As far as I know, there's no, I don't get any kickbacks or anything like that for sharing the link. One thing I will point out is these cartridges, once they're exposed to water, they only last, or they recommend you only keep them for 10 days. So that's because, of course, once they're exposed to water, you can get bacteria and all sorts of nasty stuff in there. It can cause, sore throats and sinus problems and all that good stuff. So you don't want to keep these longer than 10 days. But if it's a really good flavor, chances are you'd be like me, you'll go through it in a day. You can get different bottles, like for me, or you can get these cozies or whatever they call them. Because my hands are still sensitive to cold due to the neuropathy from the chemotherapy. So exposure, or if I get my hands too cold, it's almost like being stabbed with millions of little needles all over my hands, which is not fun. Imagine what it's like when your hands fall asleep, and then when you start moving them and they start waking up, you get that pins and needles feeling. That's how my hands feel if they're exposed to cold. So I like this. I can keep, have cold water in here, but not mess with my hands. They do make stainless steel bottles, which of course are quite a bit more expensive, but you can get them in all sorts of different colors, and they are dishwasher safe. So that's definitely something I'm looking into. Another thing they offer is what they call a sip safe, which is, honestly, it looks like it is a large version of an AirPods case. So hold on a minute, let me dig mine out here. Sorry for the delay. The Sip Safe is a enlarged version of this, and it's magnetic. You open up the top, and you can store 2 of these cartridges in there. And again, they have the warning on there. You don't keep, once the cartridge is exposed to water, you only keep it for 10 days. But you can have 2 different cartridges in there, and you can switch them out. One in the morning, one in the evening, and they even have. They have a couple of different kinds. They have Life Sips, which are, they have vitamins in them. They have Fit Sips, which have electrolytes in them. And then they have what they call Go Sips, which are caffeinated. So they say it's about the equivalent of one of those energy drinks. So you have all sorts of different, and then they have tea. They have all sorts of cool stuff in there. So if you click on the link below, you can see all the cool flavors that they have. One warning I will give: do not let this bottle sit sideways for more than a few seconds. I made the mistake of letting it fall on the floor in the car the other day and didn't pick it up right away. I went to take a drink, and I got a mouthful of the whatever's in these cartridges. I got a mouthful of just that, and as awesome as this tastes, when you get a concentrated dose of that, it is nasty. So whatever, do whatever you can to keep these bottles standing upright, and you'll be just fine. What?
I guess it's like, is it like almost like if you took a bite of Kool-Aid or something?
Yeah.
Like it's just the powder, and so it just doesn't taste
if you
good.
If you were to take the equivalent of what it makes to make a whole pitcher of Kool-Aid and put it in about a quarter cup of water.
Okay.
That's what this tastes like.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because didn't you have me try it?
Not when it was like that.
Oh, okay. They have little kid ones too, don't they?
They don't have kid versions of these flavors, but they have different size bottles. This is a standard size. They have one that's about half this size, and then they have the stainless steel ones. So yeah, you can get different sizes. And one of the most important things that I lost track of and forgot to mention, let me see if I can zoom in on this. Up here at the top, there's a little dial, basically. And you can dial in how strong you want the flavor to be. So, that's one thing about that this has that a lot of the others don't, is that, 1 minute or one time you may like it really strong, but then, you decide you want it a little bit weaker, or different flavors you want different strengths for. And
if you want to share your bottles, like if you're sharing with your favorite person in the whole entire world.
Yeah, she's saying I don't know if you could hear her, but she's saying if, you want to share with your most favorite person in the world, which in my case would be her. So anyway, that's a given. I'm sure everybody knows that by now. So she might not like it as strong as I do, or vice versa. You never know. So that's my review of the Cirkul water bottle.
How long does one last? Like, did you already say that?
I did, but I'll say it again. One cartridge lasts an average of 5 refills. They say on the website it costs about 50 cents per bottle of water for this. That's what they average it out to. Of course, that all depends on how strong you have this set. So if you have it turned up 7 or 8, then you're going to go through it faster. If you have it down on 1 or 2, it's going to last you a lot longer. But then, of course, you have that limitation of the 10 days. So you got to keep that in mind, too. Any other questions from the Peanut Gallery?
I'm sorry, I was just trying to help.
I'm just playing with you.
Whatever.
See, we always have fun. Doesn't matter what time of day, what day of the week, we are always having a good fun time. In fact, I got to tell a quick little story beside this. Yes,
don't.
yes, I do. When I was going through chemotherapy, the nurses loved it when we came in because, as you can imagine, most people going through chemotherapy, are not in the best of moods when they go in there and have to go through all that. When we would go in there, we would take our iPads, we would play Battleship, we'd play Skip Bo, we'd play, all sorts of competitive games, and we'd be talking smack to each other. I'm sitting there hooked up with all these tubes running around me, and I'm being like, I'm going to kick your butt, I'm going to get you, and the nurses would be laughing and, having fun with us, and we'd be, joking around, and, we had a good time even going through chemotherapy, so that tells you something right there. Anyway, I'm going to turn it back over to Leslie, and I'm sure she's over there working hard or hardly working, whichever the case may be.
Hey!
All right, so thanks for being patient with me and checking out my review. Back to Leslie.
Hey, it's Leslie.
And Josh.
Which, actually, we're going to add this to a video, so we already said who we were, but anyway.
Yep. Well, you never know what order these are going to be in, so we just kind of say it at the beginning of all of them, so we're sorry.
And I don't know if did we post a clip where we talked about Thanksgiving?
I thought you mentioned it on Monday, but I was so out of it, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know if I told y'all, but we're having Thanksgiving here, and I'm really excited. We're actually going to be doing 2 Thanksgivings in one day, but I got a plan.
Uh-oh.
I got a plan for how I'm going to do it. I've got something I'm going to cook every weekend, and I'll share with y'all what I'm going to be cooking, and I will share videos as I cook along. But I'm going to do everything ahead of time, freezing basically stuff. So this weekend I'm going to make 2 different dishes. I'm going to make some pecan pies, like these little mini ones, and little mini pumpkin pies. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to do that. And today I went to Dollar Tree, and they didn't have much Thanksgiving stuff. In fact, we were about ready to leave. I had asked Josh if he'd put up the cart, and then I saw it on the little end cap. So I got a few things. I got these little leaf, I think they'll be good for like either crackers or like a cheese ball or something. I'm going to have appetizers. Anyway, fancy schmancy.
Fancy schmancy. Reminds me of one of our subscribers' theme songs.
Oh, yeah. I want a theme song like Pink Fairy. Pink Fairy, Pink Fairy. Anyway, and then I got these. And I think we have another one that's from a different place. But I'm going to use these for like the meat and maybe like the crescent rolls. Mm-hmm. But I thought those would be really pretty.
Yeah, the one we have like that doesn't have the wood grain in the middle. It's just white with the leaves around the edge.
I thought it was orange.
It might be orange. Well,
anyway.
This is the blind guy talking here, so what do I know?
That's not true. Anyway, so we got these. I'm really excited about these.
Me too.
I know you are. You know what I have to say about Josh is that whereas, and I don't mean this stereotyping or being mean at all, but like a lot of times, on the holidays, it tends to be that the guys
sit and watch football or
yeah. And like I said, I don't mean to be stereotyping because I'm sure there are guys that aren't like that. But Josh always gets up and helps and asks if I need anything.
And there are no sports at our parties because we don't have any TV service.
Yeah.
So.
And then I got these napkins. I'm really excited about these. They just say thankful on them. Mm-hmm. So I got 2 packages of those. And then...
I thought you had 3 packages of those. Or no, you got 2 others there. Okay.
And then 2 of the big napkins. And I actually was so excited because for $1 you get 18. So I think that's great. I mean, these are nice little napkins.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. I was excited. I got 2 more of these little leaf things because, like I said, I'm going to do a little appetizer thing. And then I got these really pretty tablecloths that I'm excited about. And so I'm going to I think I'm going to put one on this little white table that I'm going to make into like the dessert table, and then I'm going to have one kind of over our little mini freezer, and that way I can put appetizers on it.
There you go.
So that's that.
Oh, did you ever get a good picture of the artwork behind you to put on the, or to show the people that asked to see it?
I think so.
Well, I'm going to go, while you're putting stuff away, I'm going to go and kind of back up and...
You want me to move?
You're fine. Just, it's like you're peeking out over the edge there. There you go.
You're like, no, you don't have to move, but if you could move.
No, it just looked like you were peeking up over the edge there. Oh, hello.
And then I got some plates. I didn't get dessert plates because I didn't have any, I don't think.
We'll just recycle.
So we just got these big ones. But again, 18 plates for $1. I'm just like impressed. So that's what I got. I'm excited. And I'm going to get one of those. I had a Scentsy warmer here, but we took it to the office.
Because her husband is a klutz and broke the one that was at the office.
I was not going to say
no,
that.
I take full responsibility for that.
But I wasn't going to say
I
that.
was a klutz and I broke it, so we took the one from home to put up at the office. So, yeah.
Anyway, so we're really excited about Thanksgiving. I'll tell y'all what I'm going to make because I can't wait. I'm going to do, for the dessert table, I'm going to do little mini pecan pies, little mini pumpkin pies. I'm going to do some kind of little mini cheesecakes. I'm going to make a strawberry refrigerated cake because that's Josh's favorite.
Yes.
And then I might do this other, like, it's kind of a sugar-free chocolate cake that my aunt really likes. And then I'm going to have chocolate chip cookies and sugar cookies. So that's going to be good. And then for appetizers, I'm going to do definitely a cheese ball. I'm going to have like cream cheese and jalapeno jelly because that's one of our favorites. I'm thinking about making these sausage balls and then these little smokies. And then I'm going to have like probably like a little veggie tray or a fruit tray. I'm not sure. And then for our main meal, we're going to have, of course, a turkey and ham. And we're going to have these mashed potatoes. They're called $1 million mashed potatoes. They're so good. Dressing, and I'm going to make sweet potato casserole and broccoli cheddar casserole. And I'm going to have salad, croissants, and maybe cheddar garlic biscuits as well because we already have some. Anything else?
I can't think of anything else right off.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So... and most all the casserole dishes I'm gonna make ahead and then freeze, and then we'll heat. I'll have that whole day before to cook. So that's our plan. I'm excited.
Sounds good.
The holiday season is upon us. Not behind us.
Don't rush it. It's
No.
already going fast enough as it is.
I know. All right.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. As far as I know, there may be a review coming up after this. We'll just have to wait and see.
Bye.
See ya.